Welcome to Brad and Rach, Stash and Rach's channel. We are going to do 24 hours with 2 toddlers, 1 infant. She is almost exactly 1 month old, and we are about to go to bed. So we already had our bath, we picked up toys, and now it's time to brush teeth.
And we read Halloween books.
And Alexa is playing Penny and Sparrow.
We also try to limit screen time, or eliminate screen time, about an hour before bed. So we're not really like a family that has the TV on constantly, but we always turn it off right before bed, even if it's Monday Night Football, unless it's the Chiefs or the Bears playing.
The Bears. Let me brush
so
first.
We read books instead of watching TV. And now we brush our teeth.
Can you see Lindo?
Bear, come here, buddy.
Here, you want to trade me? That way you don't have to pick Bear up.
I'm still recovering from a C-section, so I'm still not supposed to be picking them up. Yes. Good girl. Good job.
Bear.
Good night, Bear. Good night, Bear. Mwah. Merry Christmas, little Pookie, by Sandra Boynton. Oh, Pookie, come look. It's beginning to snow. What a fine Christmas Eve. Pookie and Mommy. Wait, where did you go? Peekaboo. What's that? Christmas tree. I put on my snowsuit. Yeah, and who's that? Yeah, and Pookie. Would you like to go out? I would like to go too. It's a magical time to be walking with you. Would you like to go out? Yes. But I'm not cold. And now to get ready, there are garlands to make, and lights to turn on, and cookies to bake. Cookies, what's that? A star. Listen, do you hear happy voices? We need to get spooky pooky. Spooky pooky. Let's say our prayers. Dear Jesus, thank you for a fun day. Thank you for Carrie and for Mama and Bumpa and baby Eloise. And we pray that baby Eloise's kidney gets better very soon. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, sweet pea. Let's turn on your sound machine. Yeah. Can I have a kiss? Night night, Lyndall. I love you. Night night. I love you. Sleep tight.
Thank you for sharing a wonderful day. Good night, Bear. Good night, Lindo. Good night, Kitty Kitty. Good night, Ducky Ducky. The end. Good night, boat. Alright, buddy, you ready to say your prayers? Heavenly Father, bless little Blue Bear that I love. May he sleep all through the night, and may his dream picture your life. And if you wake to be by his side, so you can feel your love inside. And as he grows, you don't let go, but be there to guard his soul. And all Jesus' people said, Amen. Amen. Good night, buddy. Night, night. Oh.
So they each have their favorite blankets that they sleep with. Bear calls his me, and Lyndall's calls her, it sounds like baby, but she's saying blankie. And Eloise so far has done really well, like while we put them down, about being pretty content. So I don't think we've ever put them down and she's been out here crying, actually. So I'm waiting for that to happen. So then once they're down, has Eloise ever been out here like crying?
No, maybe once we hurried up just to...
Because we heard her like fuss a little bit. But yeah, it's not been bad. So then once they're in bed, we start cleaning up. They go to bed, it's been 8:30 pretty consistently.
8:30 every night.
It's a little bit later now because we're getting ready for daylight savings this weekend. So we really have time to like clean up, do the dishes. I feed Eloise, change her, and then we get her down and we go to bed.
Exactly.
So we'll film that.
Yeah, we don't do a lot at nighttime after the kids go down.
Nope.
So I would say we probably do laundry more often because we do cloth diaper. But honestly, the quickest part about doing laundry is the cloth diapers. We just do these pocket inserts. So really they just have these covers and then you tri-fold this and there's an insert inside. So that's the quick part about laundry. The slow part is the kids' tiny clothes. My giant hands trying to fold them. It sucks. Eloise's getting fed?
Yes. So I'm not really worried about like what times I feed her. I just feed her on demand. And it does make it kind of awkward when we shoot to go to bed around 10 or 11 and feeding her at like 9:30, like right now, just ends up it's like she doesn't get a full feeding before I put her down for bed, if that makes sense.
Does that mean you're gonna get up early?
It could.
Sooner?
I don't know that it really affects things, but like ideally she would eat last at like 8 and then I would feed her again at like 10 or 10:30 and then she would have like a full feeding and potentially go the longest stretch when we all went to sleep, but I just feed her whenever she wants to be fed. So it's almost 10 o'clock now and she's been kind of irritated for the last maybe 10 minutes and Brad has just been keeping her happy so that I could just tie up loose ends, get things cleaned up out there, and just get myself somewhat ready for bed so that I have as little as possible to do after I feed her between then and when I go to bed myself. So I'm feeding her now. She usually at this time of night has a hard time eating very long and then she falls asleep. So what I do is I let her feed as long as she will before she starts falling asleep. Then I change her diaper and her outfit and that gets her riled back up again. She eats on the other side, which sometimes she eats really well and sometimes it's like she's out within a minute of eating on the other side, and then I put her down in the snoo. So that is what's coming up next. She's eating, I read her one of the stories out of the Jesus Storybook Bible. I've been doing that since she was born and we are already halfway through the book. And my plan is when we're done reading this book, then I'll put this in either Lendl or Bear's room and we'll start on it with them. And then I also have my water and some snacks over here and just another book of goodnight stories if we're here for a long time. I typically don't bring my phone over here at night because I try to, feed her as quickly as I can and try not to wake up by staring at a phone screen. I remember with the twins, it took a lot longer. And in the beginning, I think I would feed them one at a time and I would like mark YouTube videos that I could watch while I was feeding. And then it just would take me forever to fall back asleep once the feeding was over. So I've kind of eliminated that and I just try to keep it as dark as possible. Alright, little lady, time to get your PJs on. Yeah, you gotta change your diaper and put your PJs on. She's getting so big. I love this little leg roll.
I think this is one of the best purchases we've ever made. This new. In case you haven't heard about it, in case you've been living under a rock and you haven't heard about it, or you haven't seen our vlogs about it, it literally is the safest crib on the market, they claim. I haven't tried them all, so I don't know. I can't imagine a safer crib. But it's also a smart crib. So it'll literally play soothing white noise for your baby, and it moves them just a little bit. And then if the baby starts to fuss, then the white noise goes up a little bit, and the vibration or the movement goes up a little bit, and it calms the baby down. And there's even an app where it'll tell you like how often it has to do it throughout the night. So we've had it for a month now. Very impressed. This new. We highly recommend it. Speaking of this new, it's about time to put Eloise down. It is 10:30 p.m. Time to go down, hopefully for 3 hours. That'd be nice.
The generation that didn't swaddle is going to think this is absolutely nuts.
So it's my turn now. I take over usually at 4:30. That's about what time Eloise gets up. I hand her to Rachel to feed, and then it's my job until 7:30, basically, to try to get Eloise to go back to sleep. So I'll rock her and probably watch Sports Center.
The next morning now. We kind of got sidetracked yesterday morning. But the morning usually ends with me coming out at like 7:15 and relieving Brad and feeding her, and Brad gets ready for work, and then we go on about our day. But by morning, so that means I fed her 3 times throughout the night. The last feeding she doesn't eat very well. I don't think she's actually hungry. I think at that point she just wants to be held. So then I have to do the haka when I feed her in the morning because I am engorged. But just now she didn't eat very well either because I'll normally fill up an entire haka with the other side. Anything you want to add?
So then the twins usually get up right at 8 a.m. We usually wake them up if they're not already up. And then they start the day. And on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays is when our nanny Carrie comes. And so Rachel will take baby Eloise, usually appointments or whatever she's got going on. And then on Wednesdays and Thursdays, Rachel's got all 3 babies. But generally, Rachel's mom will come over for a little bit, or Aunt Laurie will come over and help a little bit. All right, I think that wraps it up. That is our nighttime routine with 3 kids under 2. Hit that subscribe button if you want to follow us on our journey. Got some big vlogs coming up. A lot of exciting stuff in our lives.